I don't care too much for money, 'cause money can't buy me love. No, this is not an episode of Name That Tune. This is the Cardone Solutions Podcast. Welcome to the Cardone Solutions Podcast. I am your host. My name is David Bradley, Senior Sales and Marketing Manager with Grant Cardone. Today we're going to be talking about money. We're going to be breaking down Grant Cardone's strategy of the week and a very confusing quote about money and happiness. More on that in a minute. If you've been listening to the Cardone Solutions Podcast, if it is providing value to you, if it is motivating, if it is helpful, if it is giving you tips, tools, techniques, tweaks to your brain that are helping you grow in your sales and your business and your life, please do me a favor. Number one, make sure you subscribe because I plan to keep this thing going and I want you to be in the loop on all new things. Number two, share this with somebody that you know could benefit from it. Today, confusing money, happiness quotes. The most confusing money, happiness quote ever. That's what we're going to be talking about. But who brings us the Cardone Solutions Podcast? There are two main sponsors of the Cardone Solutions Podcast. Number one, Cardone University. This is the number one sales training platform on planet Earth today, definitely in the solar system, maybe even the galaxy. 15 to 30% new business in the first 90 days is a pretty common occurrence over here at Cardone University. So think about this. Do you have a sales team? What's one, maybe two things you know that you could get your people better at? That if they did, you'd see that immediate 15 to 30% increase in the first 90 days on the program. Whatever just popped into your head, I'd like to show you how we've solved that problem for about 10,000 other companies and small businesses. I got 7 days free access to that program with your name on it. What we'll do on a very, very short call, I'm going to get you in front of the program, go over some pricing options with you that I will customize to you, your business, and your budget. Run you through a day in the life, and then I'll let you go play on it for 7 days so you can make sense of the whole thing. Cool, right? The next sponsor is the 10X Growth Conference. We just had one, but guess what? We're going to have one again, and tickets are already on sale. Okay? How cool would it have been if you missed it? How cool would it have been for you to have been in that audience when unannounced, you didn't even pay to see this person, but Dana White shows up and talks about sales? How amazing would it have been had John Travolta shows up out of nowhere, rather unannounced, if you don't mind me saying so, and starts talking about what a powerful salesperson he is, how he gets deals, and what he does? Or what about Floyd Mayweather shows up out of nowhere and starts talking about money, because that kind of is his nickname, right? So, like, if you weren't there, you missed it, okay? You can get the live recording of it. We are selling that right now. It's only $97, and if you'd like to have that, happy to get it for you. Take care of you personally on that. Or if you'd like to get set up for next year so you don't miss any of it, give me a call, 310-777-0352, or just go to cardonesolutions.com/10X Growth Con, and we'll get you going. Now, let's dig into this week's topic. This week, I want to break down Grant Cardone's strategy of the week. The title I'm going with right now is The Most Confusing Money Happiness Quote. Money won't make you happy. How many times have you heard that? Like, has anyone ever said that to you directly? Maybe even recently. Have you ever heard anyone being told that by somebody else? Who was that? Like, think back. Has someone ever said that to you? And who was it? More importantly, did the person saying that have any money when they said that to you? I mean, what information does that person have about money in order to make that kind of a statement? Fair question, don't you think? What has been their experience with money? Right? And how specifically did they arrive at that conclusion? Is the person giving you this sage wisdom in actuality a happy person? What is their relationship with money? And what is yours, for that matter? I mean, while we're on the subject, what is your relationship with money? Okay? So now here's where the whole money thing gets really interesting. Like, what is the deal with this, like, money and happiness? And like, whoever told you that money won't make you happy, Here's the bottom line. They're 1,000% correct. That's right, I just said that. I agree with them. Grant Cardone agrees with them. That's what the whole strategy was about. They're right. They are, no pun intended, right on the money. So look, money won't make you happy. Bottom line, okay? But, that's right, there's a but, okay? Money does pay for your groceries at Whole Foods. In fact, money will not make you happy. But, here's a list from your Uncle G. Here's what money will buy. Won't buy happiness, but here's what it will buy. Birthday presents. A quick getaway. A much-needed vacation. Your kid's college. A nice watch. Wedding gown. Coffee. Gasoline. Car payment. Skiing. House payment. Scuba diving adventure. Dog food. Night at the movies. Electric bill. New jacket. Summer camp for the kids. Okay? Money won't make you happy. But have you ever heard where somebody's mom gets sick and it's going to take $30,000 for her to get the treatment that she needs, and insurance isn't covering that deal? So let's just say, let's make it even closer to home. Let's just say this is a friend of yours. It's their mom. Like a dear friend. It's their mom. How cool would it be? Would it make you happy to be able to stroke a check for the treatment? Like it's no big deal. There you go. Handled. Okay? What about your church? What about an organization that you believe in wholeheartedly? Maybe your church had this storm blew the roof clean off. Would it make you happy to be able to just pay for a new roof and not have it impact your existing lifestyle at all? Would that make you happy? You see, the point I'm making with that, and we get this from Grant's The Millionaire booklet. It's the opening line in the Millionaire booklet. The point I'm making with that is that it's not the money that's going to make you happy. It's what you can do with it. Okay? And not just for you. Like for others. What could you do with $100 million? What has Bill Gates done with his fortune? But then you have to ask yourself, what would you do? What would you do for the $100 million? So what could you do with $100 million? This is you. Start thinking about it right now. Are you thinking about it? What could you do with $100 million? And then more importantly, once you have it, what would you do? What would you do for $100 million, especially once you know what you could do? And then the only other question about that one then becomes when. When are you going to do what you could do to get $100 million? So here's another money happiness quote for you. Money don't come easy. So what I want you to take with you over the next 7 days is you start thinking about what you could do with $100 million and what you would do to get it so you can do what you could do. I'm going to give you 2 Cardonisms that I remind myself of on the daily. Number 1, you're going to have to do the things you don't want to do in order to have the things you do want to have. I'll say that one more time. You're going to have to do the things you don't want to do in order to have the things that you do want to have. And then the second one, pay the price. Put in the work. Stay disciplined. Suffer up. Never forget where you came from and be the example. You can have it all, just not today. This has been the Cardone Solutions Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Have an amazing 7 days. Go get to work on that 100 million so you could do the good with it that you already thought of. And in the words of your Uncle G, be great, because nothing else pays.